this video, I'd like to share a Cuba road trip from Baracoa to the easternmost point of Cuba, then to Holguin. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, I recommend you to check it out here first. On the 7th day, when I woke up, I was astonished by how beautiful Baracoa is. It is located next to Baracoa Bay and was founded by Spanish conqueror Diego Velázquez de Cuellar, the first governor of Cuba in 1511. It is the oldest Spanish settlement in Cuba, with the nickname Ciudad Primera, which means first city. First, we went to our driver Felix's home. I still remember how surprised his parents were when seeing him come back home after so many years and bring us tourists with him. It was so cool to visit a local's house. It was small but very organized and colorful. Felix's parents gave us fresh coconut water to thank us for having the chance to see their son after a decade. And this is a picture of me sitting on the toilet in their house. Within a few step walk from the house is this beautiful ocean. We spent some time to relax on the beach to let Felix spend more time with his parents. When Felix returned, he suggested that since we already gone this far, why not go to the easternmost point of Cuba? Ryan and I was like, hell yeah! We were both extreme point lovers. So Felix drove us to Punta de Maisi. At the end of the road is this beautiful lighthouse. The security guard was very happy to see us. We were probably the only visitor on that day. He opened this secret door to let us go inside the lighthouse. We walk up this red spiral stairs and go through this tiny hole to see the core of the lighthouse. It's my first time seeing an active Fresnel lens in touchable distance. It was very impressive. The view on the top of the lighthouse was magnificent. We drove over 1,500 kilometers from Havana, and here we are at the easternmost point of Cuba. Even though this is not a famous tourist spot, but it is definitely a meaningful place and a milestone for us on this trip. After the lighthouse, we went to Boca de Yumurí. This name has a sad history go back to the age of Taino Indians. According to the legend, during the conquest, the Spaniards decided to colonize this area because they have heard about the wealth of this place. The rebellion led to mistreatment, torture, and death that led the Indians towards suicide. For this, they would throw themselves from the highest hill, yelling, "Ah, Muri!" It means "I have died" in English. It has arrived to present, identifying the city and its inhabitants. We rowed a boat to a little island between the canyon of the Yumurí rivers. The Yumurí Canyon occupies an extension of 8 square kilometers of forest. Rolling on the fresh and transparent water surrounding by wild nature was a true paradise. Here's a video of me rowing.
All right, here we are in Cuba, in Baracoa, in the river Yumurí.
Yeah, Yumurí.
And here is Ginger rowing a boat with our driver Felix behind her and the boat manager kind of guy in front of her. What do you want to say, Ginger?
I love Cuba! It's so cool here! We're turning!
We're turning now.
Yeah, los dos.
I'll kind of go away to look at the scenery around here as Ginger rows us.
We had a picnic on the island and swimming in crystal clear water. Besides us, we only met 2 other groups of tourists. Compared to the popular tourist destination like Varadero and Cayo Santa Maria, I personally prefer Yumurí more, with only a few people but full of wildlife and nature. On this day, we met Felix's parents, getting a lighthouse at the easternmost point of Cuba, and paddling on Yumurí River. This is definitely the most memorable day of the whole trip. Baracoa is the only place where we have spent 2 nights straight. The next day, we drove through some beautiful mountains to Holguin. After dinner, we visited La Loma de la Cruz, the most relevant symbol of the city. The cross is located at 261 meters above sea level. We took the 458 steps to the top. The views from the overlook dominate the whole city. I was surprised to see such a beautiful night view in Cuba, and the sky was full of shining stars. It was hard to capture the beauty of it without a professional camera, but a visit here at night is definitely the perfect choice. We got tired of climbing up and down the stairs, so we found a local taxi to get us back to our accommodation. On the 8th day, we took a domestic flight from Holguin back to Havana, because tomorrow we're going to leave the country. Felix drove us to the airport, and I thought here is where we say goodbye. But Felix said that he would drive straight back to Havana and send us to the airport the next day morning. And he really did. After driving 16 hours straight, he showed up in front of a hotel in Havana the next day morning. He is such a nice guy and really kept his promise that drove us to wherever we want to go until the last minutes. He drove us to the airport in Havana, and here we really say goodbye to Felix and this beautiful country. It has been an amazing 9 days in Cuba. I was blown away by the beauty of the beaches, the forest, and the richness of the culture and the enthusiastic people. During this trip, all the experience with Cubans were very positive, especially Felix. We wouldn't have such a wonderful road trip without him. Also, I have to thank my travel buddy Ryan for inviting me to join his adventure. Without him, I didn't even know where Cuba is back then. I so love Latin American vibe that I started learning salsa a few years ago, and now I'm learning Spanish. Because of this speaking project of my Spanish class, I got a chance to recall this wonderful trip and research more about places we've been. I want to visit Cuba again and hopefully find Felix to go through the same route we've done 9 years ago. With more knowledge of the country and the language, I think I'll be able to go deeper and enjoy more next time. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something about Cuba through my experience. But this is just an iceberg of it. You have to visit yourself and see it with your own eyes to understand the real beauty of Cuba. Hopefully we can meet in Cuba someday. Bye. Yo sé que tú sabes que yo sé.